Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. One day I'm going to figure out how to look at the camera on my phone instead of at myself on my phone, and then it's going to be over for you bitches. Just kidding. This is tea and a book. All right, so once again, I'm playing with the light. My ring light is on, and my overhead light is on. I think this phone, because I upgraded, just does a better job of getting the light. So the last couple of videos that I posted, they looked really washed out, even though I wasn't doing anything different. So I think it's just the phone. So we'll see if this goes a little bit better. It's darker in here in terms of the sun. So let's start with the book this time. Last week I read Lobizona, and it was a library book which I returned today, so I can't hold it up, but imagine me holding it up. So Lobizona is about a young girl who I believe is 16 or 17, and she lives in Miami, Florida. She is undocumented, an undocumented immigrant from Mexico, I believe. And all her life, she has been living wearing sunglasses because her eyes are very weird looking. So the pupil is shaped like a moon, and the irises are shaped like a star, and they're colored that way. So silver pupils and gold irises, or vice versa, I think. So she's been wearing sunglasses her whole life because her eyes will attract attention to herself. But also she's on the run. She and her mother are on the run from her father's family. So she's been told this story her whole life about who she is, about who her father is, kind of. Her mom doesn't really tell her a lot of things. And they've been living with this person, helping take care of this older woman who lives in Miami. And basically, I wish I could remember her name. Basically, she has been hiding out her whole life and being homeschooled. So one day, the older woman that they've been taking care of falls down, and our heroine runs to where she thinks her mother works and learns a whole big old secret about her family. And she decides to kind of take matters into her own hands to find out more about what's going on. So I don't think it's a spoiler to say that she finds herself in a community of mythical creatures based on this Argentinian myth, or she's heard about them through this Argentinian myth that this other woman, they must be from Argentina, duh, not Mexico. Although I guess mom could still be from Mexico. I gotta pay better attention to these details, people. Anyways, she is in this community of creatures that she didn't know existed. And of course, because of the nature of the book, she has also been coming into her own powers and increased skills. And she's still very different from them. So she grew up in a land of humans and immigration fear, and they have grown up in these small communities with people like them. So she is determined to figure out where her family comes from and learn more about her father. And it's a really great story. I would say that for the first however long, while she is living amongst the folks in Miami and trying to hide her eyes, like I have this really like heavy sense of dread for her and being on her own and trying to figure things out. And then as the story progresses, that got better. So I'm glad that I stuck with it a little bit and kind of recognized that what I was feeling was really probably empathy for this character, not a heaviness about the story. Let me see. Of course, there's a guy, which I always like in my YA. And there are secrets, of course. And it's a great book, and I am really looking forward to book 2 of the series. As I say the tea, I look that way at my actual cup of coffee just sitting over there out of the frame. I'm gonna grab it. Magic. All right, so let's see what we got. As you know, Sips By does not sponsor me. I get no money for this at all, but I like to share about my tea, and who else am I gonna tell but you guys? All right, December teas made for me. Okay, so the first one is from Tea Head, and I've gotten a couple samples from Tea Head from them before. Fireside Mate Chai, which is so cool because in Lobizona, the mate tea is such a big part of the cultural kind of ritual and practice that they do. So that's pretty cool. I got a mate this time. It is a unique chai blend featuring roasted yerba mate with traditional chai spices for delicious warming blend. Of course, they also think I love chai. And I always say I'm going to check the preferences on there, but I never do. High caffeine, of course, because it's a yerba mate. Roasted cinnamon, ginger, cardamom, cinnamon, ginger, vanilla. So that sounds pretty good. Then I got these little cachets of the berry blend, naturally caffeine and gluten-free, which means it's just a nice fruity beverage to drink. A little, you know, less sugar than Kool-Aid, but of a similar kind of beverage. And I love these little cachets because I just pop the whole thing in my bag and can make it at work without having to figure out what to do with the rest of it. That is the berry blend from OT's, caffeine-free, hibiscus, currants, raisins, flavor, elderberries, raspberry, natural flavor, both red and black currants. Versatile and refreshing. All right, then we got a still Bobbin for Apples tea. And that one is a black tea, dried apple, cinnamon, caramel, and apple flavors. That one contains caffeine, but it doesn't say how much. So I'm going to guess at least a little bit. And Bobbin for Apples tea has everything you love about autumn. Rich black tea, tart dried apple, warm cinnamon, and bewitching caramel apple. That does sound like something I would love. And it's suggesting that you steep it 3 times. So that really works if you follow the directions for timing and water. So I think about, you know, a serving of tea leaves being about a cup of water, which is 8 ounces, 6 to 8 ounces, depending on how strong you like your tea. And then if you only steep it for 3 to 5 minutes, depending on the kind of tea, then you can usually steep it again for 3 to 5 minutes a couple of times, depending on the kind of tea. Again, right? So my mom, who also drinks a lot of tea, and I usually send her some of the tea from my tea box, she does not like to re-steep her tea because she likes it as strong as possible. So she steeps hers a little bit longer the first time, and then she throws out the tea leaves, and then she might use her bags again because she's frugal in that way. And sometimes she actually decorates her used tea bags, which is pretty cool because she's a junk journal making kind of mom. But I say all that to say, all of these teas, from my point of view, are steepable more than once if you care to do that. Sometimes though, I'll steep a little thing of tea, and then I'll put it on the counter for a couple of days, and I'm like, has something crawled on this? Probably not, because my house is pretty clean, but still, I throw that out. All right, and finally, I love, each packet comes with one reusable tea bag and then it has more disposable tea bags inside. They are biodegradable, I think. I might have made that up. Anyway, I love this packaging. You can see it. And it's got a wax seal on the back. Did I tell you guys that I got myself a wax seal? I did. Again, why did I need that? I didn't, but I love it. So this one is called Empath's Tea, is the blend. The company is the Witchwood Tea House. So they're capitalizing a little bit on the tea drinkers' flair for myth and witchiness. Medium caffeine, oolong, nettle, blueberry, lemon, mint, and dandelion. This tea is specially formulated to help protect you from unwanted psychic influences. So hopefully it also tastes good. Help you rebound from emotional and mental fatigue. Who doesn't need that? All right, Empath's Tea. I'm actually going to pop this one open to see what it smells like. Seal came off almost whole, which is cool because I could definitely junk journal that. Smells like an oolong mint, and I don't remember what the other things that were in there are. Lemon, yep, you can definitely smell the citrus. And nettle, which I can't think of what that would just taste like on its own. But I'm excited to try it. I can smell the oolong in there. All right. I'm currently reading, or will be currently reading as soon as I get done recording some videos, Legendborn. It's one of 2 of the final books I have to finish for my November TBR. So I'm hoping to finish this one and Lions and Liars. So to wrap up my November TBR, I have today, tomorrow, and the day after. So if I get on this one today, I should be good. All right. Catch you on the next one.